Welcome to the Aquarius training video series on the report tool. In this first video, we're going to talk about how to get into the report tool from both Springboard and Whiteboard. In the report toolbox, you create and modify report templates, which are kind of like the blueprints or the specification for the reports you'll eventually run. Until you get those templates designed and finished, you'll spend a lot of time in the toolbox and the designer working on them, so we're going to focus on those parts the most for this video series. Eventually, when your designs are fully developed, you'll probably be configuring Aquarius to run reports automatically on a schedule, or maybe in response to changing conditions in your incoming data. The first thing we're going to look at is how to start the Aquarius report toolbox, how to get into it. You can use the report toolbox from either the Springboard or the Whiteboard environment, so let's have a look at both. I'll start here with Springboard. I'm going to assume some degree of familiarity with this user interface that you see here from looking at our other training videos. If you need a review of those, you can find those on the Aquarius 360 support portal. I'll choose this location here, and I'll look at the data sets for that. Now, when using the report toolbox, the first thing you need to do is select some data to work with. If you're running a report to get some output, you're basically choosing your input data here. I'll choose this one discharge time series to start with. Now I'm going to click on the Report Toolbox Quick Tool button up here. And the report tool shows up in a few moments. You'll see how that one discharge time series I selected appears in this list of inputs right here. And I'm just going to do this over again. I'll close this. I'm going to select two time series this time. Come back into the report tool, and you see how both of them show up now. I also want you to draw your attention to the title of the report toolbox up here. You see how it says production mode. The report toolbox has two modes, and it's important to know which one you're in. Production mode is the mode you'll use most often after you've got all your report templates developed and you want to simply run reports on your input data. Admin mode is the other mode, and that we'll spend a lot of time in that today, and that's the mode that you use when you're developing new report templates or blueprints. So here's how you switch between those two modes. You go to the mode menu, and I'll switch to admin mode. And the toolbox changes a bit, as you can see. Don't worry about a lot of these new controls down here for now. We'll be talking about those items a little later in other videos. So to switch back to production mode, again, go to the mode menu and switch back to production mode. Again, this is the mode where we actually run reports from. Now, the first thing you do upon loading the report toolbox is generally to choose a template or report description to run, and that's what this drop list here is for. These are all the report templates or descriptions that are available on this system. Now, I also want to show you that if I close my report toolbox and go back to Springboard, you'll see this drop menu down here next to the report tool. And if I click that, you'll see that same list of report templates, and this lets me just choose one like this. And effectively, that's the same thing as me having, started the toolbox and then chosen my template over here. So it's just a little bit of a shortcut. So one more thing about starting the reporting toolbox, you can also do it from Whiteboard. So let's have a look at that right now. I'm just going to bring in this whiteboard that I have open already. And if I wanted to run a report using one of these data sets as my input, all I have to do is go to my toolbox menu, go to Visualization and Reporting category, and you'll notice the report tool is here as well. If I drag one of those onto my surface and connect that up with a time series, I can open the report tool, and it's the same toolbox as we were looking at from Springboard. And what's more, the list of templates, the report templates and report descriptions that are available to you is the same as you saw from Server. It's getting this list from your Aquarius server, actually. And also notice that if you wanted to run a report on two data sets at the same time, you can change the number of input ports on the reporting tool just like other whiteboard toolboxes, and I could hook up 2 time series just like that. And effectively it's the same thing as if I had selected 2 time series in Springboard. So that's the end of this introduction to starting the report toolbox. In our next video we're going to look at actually running some simple reports.